Your girl's looking kind of rough today, huh? Hi guys, so this video is gonna be, as you can see, super informal. I am just about to head to my OB-GYN office, and today I am getting the Paragard IUD. So the reason that I'm making this video is because I tried to find some information online and they had some vlogs, but I didn't feel like they had enough on the Paragard vlogs. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the Paragard, it is a type of IUD, but it is non-hormonal. So it is the copper IUD. And I've been on hormonal birth control for as long as I can remember. And I had gone off of it whenever I got off of my Accutane. And now I just am looking for a birth control method that A, I don't have to take every day, and B, doesn't have hormones. And there are very few options that fall into that category. I was on the Depo-Provera shots for like almost 10 years, like a really long time. And I loved those, but I just, first off, you don't get your periods. And so I just felt like I wanted something to bring my periods back, to regulate them a little bit. And then also my phone is blowing up. My libido was really, really low on that. So I just wanted to try something that didn't have any hormones, see how it goes. I'm really nervous because I did the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do, which is literally Googling and reading all of the horror stories. But I'm hoping it's not gonna be too bad. I reached out to you guys on social media and a lot of people were like, yeah, it's painful, but you'll be fine and survive. It's not as bad as childbirth. So I've never birthed a child. Stay tuned, we'll see. Please excuse my appearance right now. I've got my water bottle and I am just sitting here relaxing. It was not fun, but I survived, and it actually wasn't nearly as bad as I was making it out to be in my head. So I'll give you more details after this, but we made it. All right, so it is about 2 hours after my procedure. Again, definitely not looking my best, but you know what? That's just, we're just gonna be really real on this vlog. So I wasn't able to talk super loud in the doctor's office, but everything went really well. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to preface all of this with. One is that I don't know if I fully made clear earlier how much research I had done into this before I got into the procedure room. For me, I think that helped a lot. Like when I was asking some of my followers their opinions and their experiences about it, like some of them, their doctors didn't even tell them to take any Advil beforehand. They just didn't know what they were getting into, and I knew exactly what I was getting into. I knew exactly what my doctor was doing at every step of the procedure, just because I had done so much. That's just the kind of person that I am. And I think some of it was to a fault, definitely, because I sort of freaked myself out. I think a lot of times people don't post, I know a lot of times people don't post positive reviews or positive experiences about things. We're just so much more apt to talk about the negatives. And so that is something that is definitely a downfall by doing so much research. But I would say that the good thing is that I knew exactly how to prepare for today. So like I said, I started out by taking 800 milligrams of ibuprofen. You can take Advil as well. And then I got my room ready. So I'm here right now. I have my heating pad here. I've got my Kindle charged because I'm kind of down for the night. My doctor always schedules IUD procedures at the very end of the day. And I should also say the second thing that really helped this entire process is that my doctor is amazing. I just started going to him a couple of months ago. And so I've only seen him a couple of times, but I knew right off the bat that he was going to make me super comfortable. I knew that he had done this procedure a lot. And so that would be something that I definitely recommend, is asking your doctor, is this a procedure that you do often, and kind of gauge their reaction that way. Because I think the fact that he was able to do it, he was talking me through the entire process, and it was not drawn out at all. I know that that really helped the pain level as well. So that was good. And then as far as the day, I also had my dad drive me, which in hindsight, and they told me, they said, it's probably best to have someone drive you. In hindsight, I probably didn't need that. One, it was comforting just to have somebody there in case I did need it. But I think I probably would have been okay to drive myself home. I guess it also depends how far away from your home that you live. What else did I do to prepare? So I took that, and then as soon as I got into the car after the procedure, I went ahead and also took some Tylenol as well, because I was reading that for some women, they have the procedure done, you're crampy a little bit, which I'll walk through all of that in a second, and then they have cramps later on at night. And so I knew that probably like after everything had sort of settled down, I would be crampy again. So I just went ahead, and I'm just staying on top of the pain. Like, I don't have time to mess with this. I'm just going to take whatever medicine that I feel like I need, and just, like I said, I have an alarm set, so I'm going to stay on top of it, so that it doesn't get too bad. So as far as the actual procedure, here's how everything went down. So I went into the office, they had me get undressed from the waist down. They put your feet into stirrups, and basically the first thing that they do is kind of like you're getting a pap smear. And so they do that, and they said that it's kind of like a wash that they do inside of your cervix, which I was like, I really didn't need to know that, but okay. So they did the wash, and then the second thing that they do, and this is by far, and you'll hear anyone who gets an IUD, I knew that this was going to be bad. I was expecting it. I was preparing for it. I was doing like the deep breathing. And my doctor was talking to me, but not in a way that was like annoying, just basically every so often asking if you were okay. They also had 2 assistants in there as well. So I was doing my deep breathing. The part that hurts the absolute most, 110%, no doubt about it, is when they measure your cervix. I don't know who thought about that. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Why is there not a better way to go about this? But we need to discuss, because it was like, I would say I should also say that they did like a clamp. So basically they kind of put a clamp inside of you just to keep everything like open, so the doctor can use both hands to do what they gotta do. The part that was the measuring of the cervix, I would say, is probably that was the most. And he's like, all right, you're gonna feel, I'm sorry, you're gonna feel a little pressure, 3, 2, 1. And it was like, it was much worse than a period cramp. Like, I would say in that instant, it was probably for me like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. I was just like, I literally, like, I let out a verbal noise. And then what happens is that you continue to cramp for probably like a minute after that. It comes down like as the minute goes on, but that definitely was painful. And then there's 3 more, like what he calls cramps. I would say in comparison, those were like a 5 out of 10, but they're really fast, like boom, 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 back to back. And that is when he is basically actually inserting he actually showed it to me, the little, copper things on it, which was kind of cool. And then they cut your strings, and then you're done. So I would say the entire process probably took, I don't know, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, because there was some time when he was not doing anything. He was just allowing me to like calm down and breathe while he was getting the actual like instruments and everything ready. So I would say like, it was definitely like when he was doing that, it was uncomfortable, but it was maybe like a 3 out of 10. I could breathe through it. I could talk to him. He was asking me, are you okay? I said, yes. Yeah. So it just, it's off. Also, I should say that it's going to be different for everyone, because from what I was reading, everyone's, sounds really weird. Everyone's cervix is different. But it's like, duh. You know, some people, they are, I should also mention that my doctor made sure that I was on the, like I was on my period. So I was on like day 2 today of my period. And that apparently your cervix is already naturally more open. So I think it really all comes down to having a good doctor who knows what they're doing, who's done it before, and that you feel comfortable with. And then also for me, it was going in, be it mentally and medicated, to know what to expect. So right now I have 0 cramping. Like I said, it's 2 hours later, but I'm also on medication. And like I said, I have my alarm set. I'm going to take some more. I've heard that some of the downsides of the Paragard is that your periods can be heavier and your cramping can be much worse. Those were 2 things that he told me afterwards to expect. And so, you know, I've been really, don't hate me, I feel bad saying this. When I was in high school, my menstrual cycle was completely different. I would be on the floor throwing up. I remember one time vividly coming home, laying on the bathroom floor in the fetal position because I was in so much pain. I had horrible cramping. After I got off the Depo-Provera shot and sort of let my body like kind of naturally go back to its own cycle, my periods are super regular. They're like 3 days long. I feel awful saying it for everyone who like deals with so much more than that. But that's just the truth. They're like 3 days long and I have relatively no cramping. So that's definitely going to be a downside, but I think just to not have the hormones in my body and not have to deal with those side effects, you know, we'll see. It's all kind of to be determined, but right now I'm feeling pretty good. I'll check in either later today or probably tomorrow, just to let you guys know how I'm doing. And yeah, we'll go from there. Good morning. So it is like 10 a.m. on day 2, the next morning, after my insertion. And I was kind of hesitant to even do this update. I keep like walking around trying to like see how I feel. But I feel fine. Like I haven't even had any cramping. I don't know. I'm a little, like I said, I'm a little bit hesitant to even say that because I feel like I'm like gonna jinx it or something, but I've really been staying on top. I will say I didn't sleep at all last night, but I don't think that it was related to the IUD. It was just my mind wouldn't shut off. So anyways, yeah, no pain this morning, but I have been staying on top of my ibuprofen and pain medicine. So I'm still setting an alarm every 6 to 8 hours to remind me to take it. So I'm sure that that has something to do with it, but never even needed my heating pad, nothing, which is a good thing. I'm definitely not complaining. I am just spotting right now. Nothing like crazy intense. So I'm going to continue doing updates because again, I'm a little bit skeptical because this experience is way different than everything that I had been planning for. So stay tuned. I will keep you posted for my next update. So apparently for this entire video, I'm just going to be in my pajamas, which is pretty fine. That's pretty indicative of who I am. So I just wanted to check in with you guys. It is, what is today? Thursday. I had my procedure done on Monday, and I keep putting this off because I feel like the worst is yet to come, which is a super negative attitude to have. But I've been doing really well. Like I really barely had any cramping after the insertion. I was feeling a little bit like a little faint, a little lightheaded the day after, I would say like on Tuesday, but I didn't sleep at all on Monday night. So I definitely think that that had something to do with it. It's hard to say, there's like a lot of different factors going on in my life right now. But yeah, everything went really well, really smoothly. I've been feeling great. My period ended as normal. Nothing like, no crazy bleeding. I haven't been spotting. Nothing. So I know that I want to be really cautious though, and I will definitely do a update video after this, like at the 1 to whatever month mark, because I know that the first few menstrual cycles after you have the IUD inserted are typically a lot more intense than they normally are as far as cramping and bleeding and the whole situation. So I want to be really cautious to be like, yeah, everyone needs this, it's amazing, go get it right now, because I know everyone's situation is really different. But I had heard so many horror stories and read everything online that was really like panic driven, and I just wanted to put something out there that was positive and real and my experience with this. And I know that that's not going to be everybody's experience, that's not invalidating anyone else, but as of now, everything has been great for me. So fingers crossed that, you know, the month 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, are as intense as I hear that they are. But I'm definitely staying optimistic. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up at Marissa on Air, and I'll see you next time.